Where am I today? If you can't tell, it is Universal Studios Florida here at Universal Resort in Orlando. So I'm going to show you around the park today and show you a few things you may or may not have known. Hopefully by the time you see this, masks are gone and we'll be back to normal. I'm recording this May 10th, they just relaxed it to 3 feet of social distance, and they relaxed to where the roller coasters, some of them have single rider lines. So that is one thing you should know about Universal Studios Florida, is that they do have single rider lines in a couple of rides, especially the Rip Ride Rockit roller coaster. So you walk in on Main Street here, past the big Universal merchandise store. They sell stuff for both stores, as you can see. Any kind of souvenir you want, you can get it in there. Then you come across the kid-friendly attractions at the front of the park. I don't really recommend either. Minion Mayhem, less than half an hour wait, not bad. It's probably worth that, especially if you have kids. It's definitely worth it, or if you love the movies. Shrek right now is 20 minutes, still not worth it. Shrek is the worst attraction here, and yeah, I don't really recommend it at all. Now once they get their pre-shows back, which is like post-pandemic, whatever, then yeah, the pre-show's fun, but the actual show itself is really not. And we get to the one major roller coaster in Universal Studios, and that is Rip Ride Rockit. And that loop right there is actually non-inverted, so you don't go upside down. There's also a non-inverted corkscrew. The closest you go upside down is actually right here, with the 90-degree uphill. Now I'm going to post a whole video on how to get the song you want on this ride. There is a secret song list. Now there's songs, a song will play every time you ride the ride, and you get to pick the song off of a pre-made list. But there is an option for secret songs. So I'm about to ride it. I'll let you know what song I chose, and I'll be right back. I rode with Diary of Jane by Breaking Benjamin. That was song number 124. Like I said, be looking for a video maybe tomorrow that will show you how to pull up these secret songs. A good site with all of them on there. My favorite song of all time to ride that to, though, is Night on Bald Mountain, the classical song, the one that's at the end of Fantasia. It is timed up perfectly to that ride. And it might sound lame, but the climax of the song comes right at the top of the hill, and it's just an awesome feeling. Gets your heart fluttering a little. They do have concerts right here on occasion too, during summer and during Christmas. Of course, they haven't had them for a little while now due to COVID-19. So a lot of the tips and tricks are going to be the same as Islands of Adventure. I have a very long video on that. It tells you a lot, including how to get these refill cups and what use they are, how much they are. So go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. So moving into New York, Central Park over here, and all that facade in the background looks like the skyline of New York. And of course there's Jimmy Fallon. This is actually a ride. A lot of people skip it just because they don't even know it's a ride. Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon. It is a moving theater ride. A lot of the time it is only available on virtual queue, and so go ahead and check out my video on the Universal app, and I'll leave a link to that as well, because I show on there how to book using a virtual line. You know, on slower days, you can just go right in. This ride's never a very long wait, and it's actually worth going in just for the queue. They have videos, or you can take pictures with hashtag the panda. There's games to play up there. They sometimes have a live band, so it's actually pretty neat. And this is pretty cool. Coming soon, Jurassic World Tribute Store. This is where they have their seasonal, super themed tribute stores. They've had Christmas, Halloween, Mardi Gras, and now they're going to do Jurassic World. Can't wait to see what is in there. They always have good treats. They always have, I think it's 4 rooms, all separately themed with exclusive merchandise. Also in New York is the Revenge of the Mummy. This is a family coaster. Also, Half Dark ride. It's one of the most popular rides here for good reason. It's old, it's rough, but it is a lot of fun. And it's in that museum facade. And then over here across from that is Finnegan's Bar and Grill. This is the best place to come get a drink, I think. It's a nice Irish bar, and they actually have live music in there. Now, a lot of this is just fake storefronts, nothing actually in here, or it's part of the actual restaurant. They do have a lot of live entertainment here too, like they have the Blues Brothers several times a day. Louis' restaurant over there, you can actually get some good gelato over there. Nothing else is really good there, but the gelato's pretty good. If you ever want a spot with nobody else around, yeah, this is pretty much it. And over at the other side of it, we got Transformers. That's a good dark ride, just like Spider-Man at the other park at Islands of Adventure. Same ride system, not quite as good of a ride, but still pretty fantastic. The one thing everyone wants to know where it is, Starbucks, right here in the beginning of San Francisco. Now this is like the main lagoon over here, and this is where they have the nighttime show sometimes. You're really just gonna have to ask around to see if they're having it that day. Usually right now they're doing it on weekends. So I have not seen it yet. It is not really a fireworks show, it's more of like a water show, fountain show, where they play theme songs, and they have a couple fireworks that go along with it. I know it's got a lot of nostalgic stuff like Jaws and Back to the Future. So one day I'll see it, but really I try not to come on weekend nights because it's so busy. So eventually. Here's the #1 ride to skip. Yes, it might be your favorite movie franchise. Even, actually, especially, Fast and the Furious is your favorite movie. Do not ride this ride. Fast and Furious Supercharged is the worst ride they've ever built here. I don't think it's close. Now, if you go in with the expectation that it's going to be an awful ride and you can laugh at it, then you can actually go have fun. But if you actually go in thinking it's going to be good, it's not going to be fun. And also, right now, it's a 25-minute wait. Definitely not worth it. Never more than 15. They do a lot of food festivals here. They have the Summer Bites coming soon. No one really knows for sure what it is. It has not come in my newsletter at all. So I guess now we're officially in San Francisco. This is probably the second best themed area here. It's actually, it looks just like Pier 39 or Pier 41, whichever it is, in San Francisco. They even have Shea Alcatraz out here that looks just like the bar that's right there on the wharf. right beside the best photo op in the park, Jaws hanging up. Now, I know this bar is famous for its shark bite drinks or shark attack, where they actually have a little puppet show go on with your drink. Well, it looks like they actually have the summer bites going on now. So you got some melts, some mac and cheese. I always like the kiosks better at this park specifically because the sit-down fast food restaurants take so long. You have to wait in line to get the table, and then when you get the table, then you have to order on your phone. You have to set up your payment on the phone if you haven't done it already, which you should have. Watch that video on how to use the app. If you already have that in, it's not quite as bad, but also you have to order kids' meals from the cashier because you can't do that on the app. It's really kind of annoying. So I like the kiosks when they have them. They are seasonal, and then their actual dine-in restaurants are good. Now, I've never eaten at Lombard's, but I've heard good things. I mean, they have everything from fish to filet mignon. No prices on here, and they're not overpriced. I would say the filet mignon, it's around 40. It's the same at Mythos on the other side. That's their nicest restaurant in the park. So expect to pay quite a bit, but expect good food. So I'm going to leave you here for this episode. It's going to be a two-part episode, so I'm going to show you more about Universal as I go around next Friday. So keep an eye out for that. I know all of you are saying you want shorter videos, so here you go. But if you're coming here, definitely be sure to watch both parts once they're out. Thank you for watching Corbin's Coasters and More. See you next time.